In the heart of a flourishing African kingdom, there was a small village nestled by the edge of an ancient forest. Life in the village was harmonious, with families living off the bounty of their land and the wisdom of their ancestors. Among these villagers was Timmy, a hunter of great skill and renown. His keen eyes and swift arrows had provided for his family and community for as long as anyone could remember. Timmy was known not just for his prowess, but for his kind heart and unwavering dedication to his wife, and her is Oluchi, and their young daughter, her name is Tari. One fateful dawn, the tranquility of the village was shattered by the distant sound of war drums. A cloud of dust rose on the horizon as Per, the ruthless leader of an invading tribe, descended upon the village with his warriors. The peaceful villagers were unprepared for such brutality. Chaos erupted as huts were set ablaze, and cries for help filled the air. Timmy and his closest friend, Ola, fought valiantly but were ultimately overwhelmed. Timmy helped his best friend to escape from the enemies and told him that he hid his wife and daughter at a pit and he should save them and protect them. Timmy, along with many others, were bound and dragged away to face an uncertain fate. The journey through the dense forest was grueling. The captives were driven mercilessly, their spirits battered but not broken. Timmy's mind raced with thoughts of escape, the image of Oluchi and Tari fueling his resolve. One moonless night, as their captors slept, Timmy saw an opportunity. Alone, Timmy quietly escaped and began his arduous journey through the forest, using his deep knowledge of the land to survive. He moved silently, avoiding dangers both natural and man-made. Each step was a test of his endurance, but he pressed on, driven by the hope of reuniting with his family. Days turned into weeks as Timmy faced treacherous rivers, wild beasts, and gnawing hunger. Every night, he dreamt of his wife and daughter, their faces giving him the courage to face another day. But as time wore on, he found himself disoriented and lost amidst the vast expanse of the forest. His strength was waning, and the dense trees and shadows seemed to close in around him. Desperation led Timmy to seek the guidance of his ancestors. One evening, as he sat by a small fire, he raised his voice to the heaven.
Ancestors, I beseech you, guide me through this darkness. Show me the way to my home and my family. I am lost and in need of your wisdom.
With renewed hope from his plea, Timmy continued through the forest. His prayers were answered when one day, he came across an old man carrying a large bundle of firewood. The man, stooped with age and burdened by his load, was making his way slowly through the forest. Timmy, though weary and desperate, could not ignore the old man. He felt a strong impulse to assist him. "Please let me help you with that," Timmy offered, approaching the old man with a sense of urgency and respect. The old man, his eyes twinkling with hidden knowledge, accepted the help gratefully. Together, they carried the firewood to a small clearing where the old man's humble farm lay. As they worked, the old man spoke with a gentle voice, his words filled with wisdom. The elder's eyes were wise and kind, and he beckoned Timmy to sit. Exhausted and in need of guidance, Timmy accepted the invitation. The old man introduced himself. "My name is Chima, a wanderer and sage." "You are weary, young hunter," Chima said, handing Timmy a bowl of steaming stew. "Rest and eat. Your journey has been long and will only grow more challenging." As Timmy ate, Chima spoke of the ancient spirits and the wisdom of the ancestors. "You have a great burden upon your shoulders, Timmy. The spirits whisper of your bravery and the trials you have faced. But remember, true strength lies not only in the body but in the heart and mind." Timmy listened intently, absorbing the old man's words. "How can I save my family and my village? How can I defeat the evil that has taken hold?" Chima smiled gently. "You must trust in your instincts and the love you carry for your family. Let that love guide your actions. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but the spirits will watch over you. Remember, the darkest night heralds the brightest dawn. With renewed resolve, Timmy thanked Chima and continued on his journey. The old man's words echoed in his mind, bolstering his spirit. When Timmy finally reached his village, his heart sank. The once vibrant community was in ruins, its people scattered. But the greatest shock awaited him. Instead of the protection and care he had entrusted to Ola, he found that his best friend had betrayed him. Ola had enslaved Oluchi and his daughter Tari, proclaiming himself as the new king of the village. Driven by greed and the lust for power, Ola had taken advantage of Timmy's sacrifice, turning the village into a place of fear and oppression. Rage and sorrow filled Timmy's heart as he witnessed the suffering of his loved ones and his people. He looked for Oluchi and Tari in secret, and found them looking flirt and dirty. With joy seeing them, Timmy embraced them with tears of relief. With tears on Oluchi's eyes, Ocha told him how his Ola have maltreated them and made them slaves since he was captured. Timmy was grief in his heart, and sought after justice for what Ola did to his family and the rest of the villagers. With Oluchi's wisdom and the support of those who remained loyal to the old ways, Timmy began to plan. They reached out to neighboring tribes, forging alliances and preparing for the battle to reclaim their home. As the preparations were underway, Ola discovered Timmy return and sent his loyal soldiers to hunt him down. One evening, Timmy found himself pursued through the dense forest, the enemy warriors hot on his trail. He sprinted through the underbrush, the sound of his pursuers growing ever closer. The forest opened up to a cliff's edge where a majestic waterfall roared into the river below. Timmy had no choice but to take a leap of faith. He glanced back, seeing the hatred in the eyes of his enemies, and then jumped into the churning waters. The plunge was disorienting. The icy river pulled him under, but Timmy fought against the current, using his remaining strength to swim to the surface. Gasping for air, he allowed the river to carry him downstream, away from immediate danger. After what felt like an eternity, he dragged himself onto the riverbank, battered but alive. His enemies, believing him to have perished, returned to their stronghold, reporting to Ola that Timmy was dead. Ola rejoiced at the news, believing that his rival was finally vanquished. He began to make plans for the future, including a scheme to marry Oluchi and solidify his rule over the village. Meanwhile, Timmy, still recovering from his ordeal, found himself in a different village further down the river. Exhausted and injured, he was taken in by the villagers who offered him shelter and food. Timmy quickly became an integral part of their community. He helped them with their farming, applying his skills and knowledge to improve their crops and their way of life. One day, some of the villagers in the farm was sad and complaining that there is big giant lion terrorizing the village and have left many people injured and killed their livestock. While they were talking to themselves, Timmy came close to them and asked what wrong, and the villagers lamented to him what the furious lion is doing to the villagers. Timmy, hearing this, took on another crucial role: to kill the dangerous predator that has claimed the lives of several villagers and had been a constant threat to their safety. With his knowledge of hunting and his fierce determination, Timmy set out to confront the beast. He tracked the lion through the dense forest, using his skills to stay hidden and avoid detection. After several tense days, he finally faced the lion in a dramatic confrontation. The battle was fierce, but Timmy's skill and bravery won out. He killed the lion, bringing an end to the terror that had plagued the village for so long. The villagers celebrated his bravery, and the village chief, impressed by Timmy's prowess and character, offered him a place of honor within their community. Timmy was made a chief and given the honor of marrying the chief's daughter, a gesture of gratitude and respect for his heroism. Yet, despite the new honors and the acceptance of his new community, Timmy's heart remained heavy. He recounted to the village chief the tale of his village, his betrayal by his best friend, and his desire to reclaim his home and family. The chief, moved by Timmy's story and his bravery, pledged to support him. "I will fight alongside you to reclaim your village," the chief declared. "Your bravery and loyalty are the mark of a true leader. Together, we will restore justice to your home." With renewed hope and the support of his new allies, Timmy prepared for the final battle to reclaim his village. The chief's warriors joined forces with Timmy, ready to face the tyrant who had wronged them. The climactic battle took place under the cover of a rainy night. Timmy led the charge, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. The element of surprise was on their side as they stormed Ola's stronghold. The fight was fierce, with every villager fighting not just for freedom, but for their future. Timmy faced Ola in a final, intense showdown. The two former friends clashed with all their might, memories of their shared past mingling with the present betrayal. With a final, powerful strike, Timmy defeated Ola, ending his tyrannical reign. But the victory came at a great cost. Timmy had sustained a deep, grievous wound during the battle. As the villagers celebrated their newfound freedom, Timmy's strength began to wane. He fell to his knees, clutching his side, as his and Tari, his daughter, rushed to his side. The realization of his mortal wound cast a shadow over the triumph. Ochi, seeing her husband was badly injured, she quickly assisted him to a room, where Timmy lied on the bed, trying to gasp for breath. In his final moments, Timmy looked into wife's eyes, his voice a mere whisper. "You must lead them now, my love. Protect our people. Guide them to a better future." Oluchi, tears streaming down her face, nodded with determination. She embraced Timmy one last time as his spirit left his body, and Timmy died. The villagers mourned the death of their leader, which gave his life as a sacrifice, ensuring the freedom and future of his people. In the days that followed, Oluchi took up the mantle of leadership. With her wisdom and unwavering resolve, she united the village and its allies, restoring peace and prosperity. Under her reign, the kingdom flourished, and the tale of Timmy's bravery and ultimate sacrifice became a legend, passed down through generations. The villagers thrived, inspired by the memory of the hunter who gave his life for their freedom, and the queen who led them to a brighter future.